Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, 28th day of September, and the 8th day of Tishrei. We are very close to Yom Kippur, but we also have to continue with our lulav laws. So when you're buying the Arovos for your lulav, there are a couple of things that you need to watch for. A lot of people, and sometimes even young kids, are selling Arovos, and you could run into trouble and get Arovos and just pay a couple bucks for it and say, "Oh, I got my Arovos real cheap from a kid who was selling them from a table in front of the shul or whatever," and find out that there was something wrong with them. Here are some of the things that could go wrong. First of all, if the person who's selling you the Arovos just snipped them from some bush that was at the edge of somebody's backyard and didn't get permission, then seriously, these are stolen Arovos. And you can't do a mitzvah with a stolen item. So you have to be certain that the person selling the Arovos had real permission to be snipping them from wherever he snipped them. That's number one. Number two, you have to be really sure that the person selling you Arovos knows that those are really Arovos. There are so many other species out there that look like Arovos that just aren't. And if you went and bought those and they're not Arovos and you put them in your lulav, you didn't fulfill the whole mitzvah because you need four species, one of which is Arovos, and somebody just sold you the branches off of a weeping willow tree, which aren't Arovos at all. So be careful that the person you're buying Arovos from knows that they are proper Arovos. Sometimes they're selling them in packages with all the, writing on the package that explains who authorized this, and that's a little bit safer. Or buy them from a good reputable dealer, and you know that you're getting real Arovos. Some of the things to watch for that will help you know that you have real Arovos, won't help you know if they're stolen or not, but at least you'll know that the species is right, is that the stems of Arovos are usually red or green. Also, the leaves are long and narrow, and also the edges are smooth. So if you're seeing that, red or green stems, leaves that are long and narrow, edges that are smooth, that's a good indication that you might have the right species there. If the edges are jagged and slanted, then it could very well be that you're not looking at Arovos, you're looking at something else that somebody sold you. You also have to be certain that the top of the stem is not cut off. You have to have the Arava. You can cut them at the bottom where they get them off of the bush, but then they have to be one continuous thing right to the top. Which means, by the way, that if somebody has a very tall Arava bush and they're snipping Aravos, there's basically just one snip per stem, if you know what I mean. When you have one stem, that's it. That's the Arava. And if you snip it, then that top piece is your Arava, and what's left is a snipped off top, and you can't be using that. A dried out arava is puzzle, and aravas do tend to dry out over the course of sukkah, so you may have to refresh them and get new ones, but when they're dried out, they're puzzle. And if the majority of the leaves fall off, they are also puzzle. And so you do have to watch when you jam your aravos into the holder at the side of the lulav. Same thing with your hadassim. Do make sure that you're not squashing them in so tight that all the leaves tear off, because if all the leaves tear off, then you've got a problem. Uh, okay, so do watch for these things when putting the aravos and the hadassim inside of your lulav. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow. That'll be Erev Yom Kippur. Maybe then we'll try and give you a quick synopsis of Yom Kippur laws that you'll need to know, and then quickly back to Sukkot laws, because then we'll only have a couple days to give you the rest of the Sukkot laws. Gomar Chsima Tova, and we should all be inscribed and sealed for a very good new year. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.